Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am an Asian boy and I am interested in US politics and react to politics video. I know my accent is not good, but I am trying to learn American accent. If I make any mistake in speaking, you must tell me in the comments. So Donald Trump could destroy the country if he gets back in office. So let's get into the details of his shocking claim. Let's start the video.
I want to go back and talk about the Supreme Court a little bit. It's been couple of months since I laid out for you the Supreme Court frame through which we need to think about the forthcoming election. And Donald Trump, in an interview with Newsmax, did a great job of reminding us of that. Here is Trump telling us what he will likely do as far as the Supreme Court goes if he gets another 4 years.
They're in, but right. One more thing I want to get to, Supreme Court. You appointed 3 justices. I mean, it is a massive triumph for your administration in 4 years. It led to giving the states the rights to decide whether abortion should be limited or not. In a second term, anybody on the top of your list for that?
I have a lot of people that I think about. I've gotten to watch judges very closely, and yeah, I do. I have a lot, and we could get to appoint another 1 or 2, maybe. But I do watch that very closely, and some judges I have great respect for, great respect. I'm very proud of the people I appointed.
Okay, so Trump is saying he is hoping to appoint 2 Supreme Court justices. He's right to hope for that. That's how Trump could control the judiciary in the United States for decades. Whoever is the next president has a really good chance at appointing 2 Supreme Court justices. Now, it is true that they may try to hold out longer if it is a Democrat who wins in November, Kamala Harris, rather than a Republican. In the sense that we saw this in other cases. If you believe that your retirement will lead to you being replaced by someone of the opposite political persuasion, you might try to stick around. But Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito are likely to retire, certainly if Donald Trump gets 4 more years. If Trump replaces Thomas and Alito, that means Trump will have selected or nominated 5 of 9 Supreme Court justices. And based on the ages of the other justices, that means we could have a MAGA Supreme Court into the 2040s, potentially 2048 or 2050. Just think about that for a moment. On the other hand, if Kamala Harris becomes the president, maybe Alito and Thomas try to stick it out, and depending on health and different things, maybe they do, maybe they don't. But at minimum, we eliminate the possibility of a MAGA-dominated Supreme Court for a generation. Sure, Alito and Thomas maybe don't retire. And sure, maybe a Republican defeats Kamala Harris in 2028, and then between 2029 and 2033 ends up selecting the replacements for Alito and Thomas. But at least it's not a 5/9 Trump-selected Supreme Court, which would, I mean, that would put Trump in control of the Supreme Court until he would be over 100 years old, if he were to live that long, Baruch Hashem, which statistically he probably would not. So think back to 2016 when I was saying, I wasn't the only one saying it, I didn't come up with this, and not patting myself on the back, but there were many of us saying, you know, Trump, if he wins, might get 1, 2, or 3 Supreme Court picks. I would much rather Hillary Clinton make those selections than Donald Trump. And indeed, Donald Trump ended up getting 3. And then there's no more Roe v. Wade and many other critical Supreme Court decisions. So that's not pie in the sky. Yeah, it's very real. We saw it already. Let's not let it happen again. Let's take a very quick break. Speaking of the book, make sure that...
So guys, that's it for today's video. So what do you think about the video? Do you agree with David Pakman? And I want to tell you that I am not a supporter of Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. I only react the videos. Please drop your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching the video and please subscribe.